evening, everybody, and welcome to Comedy Cellar Tuesdays with me, Dave Juskow, and Mike Suarez. So nice to see everybody on this April Fool's Day 2025. Here we are live in studio at the world-famous Comedy Cellar. And as always, the Comedy Cellar being the most wonderful place on earth, the best comedy club in the country. Do you realize that if for some reason you were able to come down to the West Village in Manhattan tonight at the regular old-fashioned Comedy Cellar on McDougal Street at 7:30, you would be able to see Little Danny Natterman, Sam Morril, and Dave Attell on the same show on a random Tuesday night at 7:30, which is incredible. At 8:30 at the Fat Black Lounge, because there are 4 clubs in this great club that we have here. Emmy winner Alex Edelman will be performing tonight, Adam Ferrara and Sam Morril again, and hosted by the great Will Savence. Now that is some quality comedy for you. And if you are in Vegas, Tom Takar is there this week. That's right. And Tom Rhodes. We haven't seen that guy in a long time. He was the king of Amsterdam for a long time. Always hosted by our very close friend, Mark Coco Cohen. And that is what makes the Comedy Cellar so great. All that comedy on random Tuesday nights, but it's available 7 nights a week. And there's always like 9 shows a night. But make sure you make a reservation because it sells out every single time. So nice to see everybody. Let me introduce my guest today on a very special day for my friend. I'll just start with his birthday today. My friend Ryan DeCallis is joining us. His birthday is not today, but it's coming up. But we're doing a big birthday show for you. We're all performing today for Ryan. He is a kind and lovely person.
Thanks, Dave.
Runs a whole bunch of shows in the city on Saturdays and Sundays, and is incredibly kind, puts on a lot of people that are just starting out or trying to work out material. He is a very nice person, and in this business, to find somebody like you is rare.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
So
Nice.
thanks for coming in tonight. Also, to my right, or I don't know how it looks on the screen, is the lovely and talented Amanda Gale.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes, well, of course. And Amanda Gale truly actually does, this is a true statement, plays clubs all over the city. She really does. And in New Jersey, she's at Princeton Catch a Rising Star a lot, which I still can't believe still exists because I haven't been there since the 90s. And she's on Jersey 101.5, which is actually one of my favorite stations when I am down the shore and driving through Jersey. And if they ever let her speak while she's on the show, it will be an incredible show. But it's a bunch of those radio guys that are like, no, we got Amanda Gale here. She's from New York City. This is going to be incredible. Amanda, tell us right here. And then Amanda goes, well, I'm just like, yeah, that's incredible. Yes, you're right, Amanda. And because I've been listening, because I love old time radio.
Well, in their defense, I am a woman speaking. So how interesting can I be?
See, exactly.
To be honest.
In their defense, that is exactly the situation. It's 3 guys, the stupidest people I've ever seen. And it's like, as everybody knows on this show, I'm incredibly two-faced. If indeed I was ever to go on that show, like, you guys are great. I'm listening to you all the time. I'm totally two-faced. But right now, when I'm listening to them, I'm waiting for Amanda to come on one day. She tells me she's going to be on. She's a half hour late because the place is in Trenton, New Jersey, which is like the worst place maybe on the planet.
No, that's our state capital. How dare you?
Yeah,
That's our motherland.
All state capitals are horrible. Albany, Trenton, they're all bad. But yes, I'm doing what those guys are doing now. I'm not going to, just please, I'll do the talking. The men are
just
talking.
Laugh at our jokes, please.
But yeah, it's so funny. They're they're waiting for, they're improvising.
Yeah.
They're horrible.
Well, I think they're great.
You ruined the show because you didn't show up.
Oh,
like on time. So they're like, well, before she gets here, what were we talking about? Old people? Yeah. So.
Well, I will disagree with you. I think they're probably the best radio hosts ever in my life. So no, absolutely not. That's not a biased opinion.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, also our good friend who I've known the longest, not just in this group, but really, I mean, I think there's David Tell, and then there's this guy, Chris Murphy, who has been, and even at the Improv and really everywhere. What?
And that's it.
Yeah, and that's it. but it was Chaka Khan who I believe introduced him that night. Yeah. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan, and he's got the photo evidence to prove it. So yes, he has also been an incredible friend over the years. And when I say friend, I mean not just and Ryan, I know you can understand this, having a friend that will pick you up and dust you off when you've been drinking heavily. You don't know what day it is.
Well, I don't drink anymore.
Yes, I know. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, no, Chris, in fact, that's how we met. I was stuck on an escalator in Times Square with the thing moving on my back, totally passed out. And Chris was like, yeah, I think that's that guy from the Improv. I was like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm great. Thanks. Yeah, fine. I don't know. He was so nice as to walk me wherever I needed to go that night.
You were running to Danny Vermont, who writes for Bill Maher now, and he said, that guy Murphy keeps I keep bumping into him whenever I'm drunk. Because it happened more than once.
I know. It was just like, no, I'm not a big drinker, but every time I would see him, I was just loaded. It was just one of those things where, I mean, maybe I drank at that. I mean, I was 22, 23.
Oh.
But, yeah, no, it wasn't yesterday.
Right.
But
excusable.
Anyway, we're all here. Hello to everybody in the chat room. Hello, Barry, a week late, Scruffy, Hellspawn. Marcy, hello, nice to see you. Anonymous, nice to see everybody. Last week's show I thought was really incredible. We had this guy Rob Tannenbaum on. He's a music writer and critic for the New York Times, and we went through our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame picks. He's a voter, so it was like really exciting. So I think, and everybody seemed to enjoy that, and the chat room participates in that. So anyway, well, your birthday just passed.
Yeah.
And then tonight we're celebrating Ryan's birthday. Now, Ryan, is really terrific, and he runs all these shows, but he was also a big booze hound.
Yeah,
and
understatement.
Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, he's a sweet guy, and it's not like he wasn't sweet when he was drinking, but he would, not know where he was the night before and lose a lot of stuff, and we were worried about him. And he just quit, and he quit cold turkey. And let me tell you something, a lot of people say, like, I don't know, this quitting cold turkey. David Tell did that. It's been like 15 to 20 years.
Wow.
And some people are just good at it. And maybe you've had a drink or two, but you've changed. I couldn't even ask you to be on this when you were drinking, because you don't know which Ryan you were going to get. and you were, and we were also, you had so many nice friends, some from your birthdays when we'd hang out and we knew we were going to be out all night. There were people, I mean, I can just say it was even Olga. Sometimes we don't mention her whose name we will not speak. No, I'm just kidding. No, I remember for your last birthday, she made sure you got home okay. Like everyone left. It was just me, her, and you left. But she was really worried and made sure that you got home okay. And I was like, I just got to go because I got to work tomorrow. But it's like it was 12:30 already. It wasn't that late, but it was a Sunday. So
yeah, I remember.
But it was so nice that she's like, no, I know. She goes, I'm going to stay with him. I'm going to make sure he gets home. And that's the kind of friendship that you have with a lot of people, because you've been so kind to people over the years, and it's just nice to see you this way and sober. And
I appreciate
we're here to celebrate you this evening. And if you don't know Ryan, I mean, you should get to know him, because he's a fun guy and his stand-up is fun. I mean, it's like a party whenever he's on stage, and I wasn't sure if that would carry over when you got sober, because when you're up there, you're just laughing and giggling, and the audience is going along with it, right? But I thought it was just more of like he's drunk and they're just laughing at him. No. But now I've seen him on stage sober, and it's the same. I
remember last year when I asked her to come to this party. He goes, no, because he's going to be drinking.
That's true.
I asked you, and you said, no, he's going to be drinking. And I'm going to be stuck with him like late at night. I'm going to take care of it. I go, no, it's not going to happen this year. And then I left early.
And it wasn't like I didn't want to come or anything, but yeah, it's like sometimes I was the one stuck taking care of you, and sometimes I'd be like, "Do you want me to get your cab?" No, I mean, he wouldn't get violent. Well, he would not with us.
Well, it depends.
No, he would get violent. He would get violent with other people.
What day?
Well, he was never violent with us, I don't think.
I think not
other people that we didn't know.
During the pandemic, we did get in our group chat. We got a text message from Ryan, just a bloody face. We're like, "What happened?" He's like, "I got into a fight with a taxi driver."
Yeah, I remember that.
Not a taxi driver, was it?
Oh, a guy at the bar.
Yeah. Well, it was somewhere.
So you've gotten into a fight?
Yeah, during COVID.
Yeah.
And other days.
I seem to remember in 2017, I was walking home and you were at the Spanish restaurant asking for a bag of ice. There's so many. Yeah, and I saw you, and I was going home, and I walked right past you and went home.
Yeah.
Yep, they didn't stop.
What's the name of the place we're performing this evening? If anybody's in town,
Kalye.
What? How dare you
Kalye.
speak to me like that? Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying something.
It's a theater.
It's a Filipino restaurant.
Theater.
Oh yeah.
It's a theater.
It's a theater.
And where is it located?
It's at Rivington Street.
How do you spell it?
Kalye.
Kaishe.
Kalye.
And we'll all be there
Testing
tonight performing on this April Fool's Day, which sounds like a fun show. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to. Oh, Catalina's here too. She's from Chile.
Catalina, ¿qué tal?
Yeah, she watches every week from Hawaii. JWB 671 is here. I am way more likely to get into a fight sober than drunk. I am the most chill when wasted and want to be everyone's buddy. That's true. I've drank with him before, and he's pretty cool.
Who's that? Who's that?
That's kind of like you. You're actually
Oh.
horrible sober, but you're when you're drinking, you're a delight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one guy.
We like
Yeah.
you better
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah.
That's what he would always say.
Your birthday, you got drunk though.
That what?
Your birthday, you got drunk. Do you remember?
Yeah. No, I was drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the first day that I actually stopped kind of drinking. It was like
You saw what you look like.
You cross paths.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that was a fun drinking.
You
Yeah,
were-
it was
you were-
like a
you were fun.
drunk.
You
That's why I was mad we couldn't get to the next place, which was the
Yeah.
Spaniard, and they wouldn't let us in.
Yeah.
And then I was getting violent because I wanted to come in and still party. It was only 2 a.m. Where
He
do you
wouldn't
go in New York City? You can't go to a bar at 2 a.m. What's the point of living here?
Yeah,
I
you weren't that
remember
bad.
there was one time when Elon Altman said, "No, Dave's not drinking tonight." I go, He's
was
drinking tonight. I'm telling you, no.
No, it wasn't that. I said
So,
I'm only going for a half hour.
exactly. Yes, a half hour.
And so then when you guys came, you were like, it's 10 o'clock. He's going to be gone because he said he was going from 8 to 8:30.
I go, he's gonna be there. I'm telling you right now, he'll be. No. He said 7:30, and he meant business. He's on a new path. It's a new day. He's going home at 7. He's not gonna. He's gonna go home. I'm telling you right now. And we open the door. He's like a lampshade in his head. Woo! Like they're doing like a conga line.
Oh, wow.
He's doing a conga line. Woo!
I know. It was so obvious.
It was like the Gas House Gorillas on Bugs Bunny
Well,
cartoon.
it's like, sometimes when you think about the evening, and you're like, oh God, I got to drink, and a bar, it sounds so horrible with all these people and everything. And then, once you are drinking, then it's a good time.
Yeah.
Like once you're with everybody else who's drinking, it's okay. That's why I'm so impressed that you've been able to contain yourself. So now every Thursday this time of the year, and I did it last Thursday, I have to go to Staten Island and do this gambling thing that I help this guy with every year for the Sweet 16 pool. I'm like his accountant, and I have to put in all this.
Of course
stuff.
you are.
Yeah, and exactly, it's a Jewish thing. And we always go to these bars, and they're disgusting, and they smell bad. And so finally, this guy, he's always been drinking, but you'd never know. He's 7 feet tall, so he just is drinking beer, and you'd never know he's drunk. But finally, this year he quit drinking, and I didn't know that. So he goes, well, why don't we just wrap everything up while we eat? And I'm like, what do you mean wrap everything? Because he's dying for me to put all the information in the computer like really quickly. He's like, well, just wrap everything up. Maybe we'll just take off. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? I'm like, then you have to admit that the only reason we're doing this because you don't drink anymore and you don't want to hang out at this party. No, that's not it. I'm like, that's exactly it. And until you admit it, I am not leaving this place. And he just would not admit that the reason he wanted to leave after all this time that we were leaving at 9:30 when I've never left before midnight before was because he's not drinking anymore.
Oh, he didn't
and then
want to.
these people seemed like idiots.
Yeah, but you outed him. He was in the
Yeah,
closet,
that's what
and
I
you
did.
outed him,
That's
and
what I
that's not appropriate.
Well, it's even funnier when he's 7 feet tall. I'm going like this. Now you listen to me and you listen good.
we know you're gay.
It's true. I did. Maybe I embarrassed him, but
Yeah.
you meet these people, and this is in Staten Island. I don't have to tell you, you're from Jersey. I mean, these Goombas,
Same trash can.
Oh my God. It's just like, they're like, yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah, there he is. I mean, they're all like that. And you can't deal with them unless you've been drinking,
Yeah.
So because then you can party anywhere, then being Jewish isn't a factor. Because it is a factor. If you're not, then you're accepted. So he's Jewish, but he's okay.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you?
But I've heard. I had
But
a.
yours is different because you're pretty, so that's different.
Oh, not in this
Everything's always
lighting,
like,
but yeah.
For years, you always told me you were half Jewish. You were lying.
Yeah, because because there was
Country
so much
club. There's a country.
anti-Semitism.
Oh,
No, I was very embarrassed about doing this when I got my nose done. I didn't have to. Me and Attell didn't have to change our names,
Right.
you know, because they weren't so obvious.
Right.
That's why we're always amazed by Sarah Silverman, who didn't change her name. John Stewart, I always say, is the last Jew to change it before all this stuff happened.
Jeff Ross.
But well, Jeff Ross had to. His name was Lifshitz. That's when you got to change. But
Liv Schultz.
I think it's Lifshitz.
Ooh,
It's
boy.
even worse.
and ironically, Whoopi Goldberg became more Jewish.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
She's
like, I want to be Jewish. And we're like, we want to hide that. You know?
isn't that funny? That and Sammy Davis too. But
Yeah.
but back then, it was like it is now. But then we thought it was getting better, and Sarah Silverman had the guts to just keep her name, which most people, just.
But her name has a nice alliteration, has a double S.
Yeah, but again, you're not understanding the times back then in the sense because you're a white Irish guy.
Your privilege, really is showing.
Yeah, that's it.
I got on stage once
your
in
privilege
Pennsylvania.
Nothing but privilege in my life.
Yeah, look at him. Exactly. But yeah, no, I don't know. So that's.
But to your point, some people don't know man is Jewish. Like, because man could be German.
I mean, Silverman?
Yeah, like man. Like, I know that's Jewish, but Berg, Schitz, like that's Jewish. People know.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
So maybe Silverman, you can, I don't know.
Is yours the real name?
Yeah, Gail. It was Gail Schwitz, but they. It was Gail Schwitz, but in Ellis Island, they're like, how about just Gail? We want to send Anglo.
Yeah, I'm sure ours was Yiskovich or something like that. And they just shortened it, I think. But and I think there's a bunch of Juskowitzes.
Right.
Maybe I probably would have changed it anyway. But Ryan, being Filipino, your thoughts?
Well, I'm Catholic, so
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Were you born in the Philippines?
Yeah, I was born in the Philippines. Yeah, I moved here when I was 3.
Good. Oh, when you were 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got circumcised when?
Oh my God! This
13
story
years
is
old.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's go there. This is no joke, right? I really thought he was. Well, Mike, this story is incredible. I thought he's been fucking with me all these years. I thought it was a Murphy gag that he's been planning. This is true.
Yeah.
Well,
let's go there. Tell us a time you got your
It's an
penis.
old-fashioned Filipino custom. They call it tule.
yeah, well, it's the worst custom of all time, and it needs to be stopped immediately.
Okay,
So,
Judge.
Yeah, the English translation is child abuse.
yeah, right. So you, for real, at 13, when the rest of us are getting bar mitzvah or a quinceañera,
is that when you started drinking?
Well, depends what age, but like I got mine like a little later. They think you're not supposed to have it right away. It's an old-fashioned like Filipino.
Yeah, somebody's got to put a stop to it.
Oh, I think they did. I think it was like
You would let here.
Right,
My
you-
friend had to get the clip at age 25. His dick was going to fall off. It was too tight. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah,
wear
but
it
that's a medical emergency. This is a religious custom.
not a religion. It's a kind of like a Filipino. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I used the wrong term, but you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
your nationality's custom, and it needs to be stopped.
The white man says that you need to civilize yourself.
At 13, can you even imagine? I mean, you don't have a penis. You wouldn't understand. But I mean,
Oh, it was so painful.
so they don't give you any, like,
Well, I did. I did anesthesia, but my dad used to like brag that I didn't have that. Jeez, but I had to wear a dress the whole summer. It was so bad.
Didn't you say your dad
Ironically.
didn't get it done by a doctor? He was like,
He had to wait in the line.
but he wasn't a
in the
doctor, right?
river.
Yeah,
It wasn't a doctor who
it
did
was
his.
the kind of like.
But
yeah,
wait a
it
second.
was like,
You were living here then?
I was living here.
But
Yeah, like I took the whole summer off, and my friends wanted to like hang out, and I said like, no, I got other plans.
What'd you
I'm
do this
sorry.
summer, Ryan?
Yeah.
Here,
Keep in
wait,
touch.
The Philippine circumcision, known as a tule, just like you said, is a widely practiced culture on boys between the ages of 8 and 12.
Mm.
He got it done at 13.
Yeah.
Their passage into manhood. There's so many better ways to have a passage into manhood, like a bar mitzvah, I suppose, or anything else but that.
Yeah, make money at least. If that's like, do people bring gifts like checks?
No.
Oh,
It was just that's it.
But why
This
would
was
you
hap-
have to do it here in America? Isn't that one you leave? Hey, thank God we left the Philippines. I had it, you know. The
missed that
procedure is
tule.
often performed by a non-medically trained circumciser or manu.
A manuli.
Yeah,
Manunuli.
that's what
A
my
manuli
father
does a
had.
tule. That's
But I had a real doctor here. Yeah.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like you're a real man when you can withstand the pain.
Oh
Like,
my god.
maybe that's like what it is.
The
Like
most unbelievable pain I ever felt in my life.
And did you get painkillers? Did they give you painkillers?
Yeah, I had painkillers, but like I had.
Well, what painkillers can he have at 13 though? You know, can they give?
They can't give you Percocet. They can't give you perks or
it.
oxys. I'll take. Do you have any leftover?
Back then, I don't even think that was invented yet, was it?
I think they had oxys, right?
You're around 40.
I was like 13.
No one was ODing.
But it wasn't working.
Isn't that about 30 years ago? I don't
Yeah.
They have oxy.
Early 2000s was the epidemic of people overdosing on oxys. So
I know. I love the fact that they're suing the companies that made it. Like they forced everyone to take
the Stackler family.
Yeah, right. I think that's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's evidence. Did you see the documentary The Pharmacist?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But there's evidence that they knew how addictive the pills were.
Yeah, I know, but they were also helping people too. But you have to also.
They were having doctors prescribe it to people who didn't really need it.
Exactly. That was the problem. They could have given them 2 Tylenols.
Yeah, but how do you? Yes, I don't know.
But also, you know what? I'm sorry to make this bore. I don't know if I'm bringing down the vibe of the show, but
bring down the vibe.
I want to say one more thing.
How much lower can it go?
This is disgusting, by the way. And if you're listening and you're related to the Stacklers, tell your family to stop. But the Stacklers they found evidence. The Stacklers were not only like in one marketing material they say it has been found that oxys are not addictive. They were going to open up rehab facilities for people addicted to painkillers. And in their marketing material for the rehab centers, it said there has been strong evidence that these pills are addictive. So they were kind of making you addicted and then making you go to their rehab centers. That's like Philip Morris making tobacco and then Morris, yeah. Isn't it disgusting?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, I think about it.
I mean, they could have given him to the Thule, and that would have been way easier.
Amanda convinced me.
That's the boring part of the show. Sorry.
Oh no, it's not boring at all. But let's get to the fun part here. Here's something where I don't know whether you agree. David Beckham, his former assistant, is standing by her claims that she had an affair with David Beckham, and then she says she's being brave for coming, with that allegation. Now, what I can't figure out is where is the actual bravery? Yeah. Like, why bring it up? This happened in 2004, and she just had a consensual affair.
Yeah,
and he's been happily married. Why are you bringing it up again? There's nothing to gain. She's not asking for anything. Yeah. And how exactly is this? She's also happily married, apparently. So why would you bring this up?
Maybe
bragging.
Bragging. Yeah,
that's all it is.
Out of nowhere. That's weird.
Yeah, but isn't that rude to do to your happily married husband?
Maybe they both want a payday.
From what?
I don't
interview, and maybe it's maybe he never called her back. Maybe they still been talking, and then he just stopped calling her back.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that was the case because he was, married or going to marry one of the Spice Girls. When who's going to call somebody back? I'm like, hey, check it out. He was already.
That's like if you bragged about having an affair with Greta Garbo or something.
Angie Dickinson.
Angie Dickinson. It's lost among these two. I know. They're too young.
But that is exactly right. Well, and they finally rescued those astronauts in space that were only supposed to be there for 8 days, and they were there for 9 months. Like NASA never went to get them. Did you hear about this?
A little bit, but I didn't care.
In space, and and Trump is saying we blame Biden, but I think I blame him too. I'm
surprised Trump didn't blame DEI. He blames everything on DEI.
Yeah,
and I like Trump, by the way, but he's always like DEI is a problem.
Well, he always has to blame somebody,
right?
But there is something wrong about or Elon Musk is blaming him because he's got that SpaceX program because it wouldn't happen.
Right.
I would have gone up to get them. I would have sent one of my. I don't understand how they were supposed to be there 8 days. The guy up there missed his daughter's entire senior year of proms and whatever they still have after COVID. It's pretty fucked up that they couldn't get them down.
It's
funny when I think about watching The Martian, and I watch it 50 times.
Right. Yeah.
And it's and they had all these people trying to get this guy from why wasn't this a nationwide? Why don't we get those guys? They had video of them stuck in space and nobody cared.
I didn't even know until recently. That's how little it was really.
That's what I'm
talked about.
saying. It's pretty messed up that these two people were stuck in space together, like just two people.
Yeah, but maybe they're insufferable. Maybe you don't know. Maybe no one likes them, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to waste our
It's
resources
like
on
a
these two.
movie.
You know,
Well, that would be
a great
if me
movie.
and Chris got
Fall
caught up
out.
in space.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Like,
What,
why
you
are we
think of those
spending tax
guys?
dollars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally a
Those guys-
Pauly Shore movie from the 90s.
What a Pauly Shore movie from the 90s.
God,
Yes.
can you
Yeah.
imagine spending that much time with somebody and
No.
getting off the spacecraft? Like, I never want to see that effing guy again. I want nothing to do with him. Like,
Yeah. Well, then they probably need to see. No, there they are. Look at that.
oh, are they dating? They should date.
I
They
know.
definitely hooked up. How could you not? 9
Right?
months? Do you get horny in space? Can you look that up?
That's a good question.
Do you get hard-ons in space or gravity?
With
Gravity.
gravity, maybe it goes up.
You're always
Well,
hard.
In the movie
I would love to be in
Moonraker, he
space.
has James Bond has sex with Holly Goodhead in space. So I guess
Oh,
they can do it.
can you take it? Like, if you have sex in space, you have to take your spacesuit off, right? Are you going to die if you? Right? Is that
Well, I think
I
you
don't
can
know
take your
science.
spacesuit off in the capsule.
okay? So you can have sex in the capsule.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't recommend going out into actual space, and
No,
that just seems a little
I
dangerous.
don't know the environment in a spaceship. I'm not.
I
that good
only
at
know
it.
it from
It's
the
like a
movie.
woman always looking for an excuse not to have sex with a guy.
She's like, oh, I have a headache. You know, the oxygen's. You know.
Musk wants to go to Mars. That'll cost trillions. Well, that's true. Well, makes sense. I mean, what else has he been planning? I mean, that's the whole plan. I think. For
I
them to
think
go to
they hooked
Mars.
up. I'm sorry, I can't get that out of my head. I think they hooked up. They seem like really.
That's the first thing I thought of too. I mean, 9 months. They were supposed to be there 8 days. How do they even have enough food and water and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Where were they? They couldn't find them.
Just in the space station. They were there. They just I don't. That's the part that doesn't seem to be obvious. Why couldn't they get them? What happened? They were in the International Space Station. I mean, you could see them from Earth.
Yeah.
Like there they are. They're right there. I mean, it's just a little weird. And finally, I hate this, but I figured since you were here, we would talk about the Yankee torpedo bats
Oh yes,
that everybody's
Yeah.
talking about.
that's right.
The Boeing craft that got them there, the thrusters weren't working, so during docking or something, so they couldn't get back. They had to wait for another craft to come get them
But why did it take so long?
because they didn't have another one ready. The one that
my
was supposed
God.
to bring
But
them
it's
back
like,
was
oh, but
broken.
it
You
seems
could never
like
be a
all they're
Jewish person in
doing
space.
Between the blue chip, the Amazon, and Elon Musk they're sending rockets into space all the time with William Shatner in it. Like what?
Yeah, but they had to dock with the space station. They couldn't just like jump on. A lot of those rockets don't come back.
It's kind of weird that they didn't have a plan B. That's what's
Awesome.
really
Well,
odd.
didn't your mother leave you at a gas station once?
No, at the mall.
Oh, okay.
Which I was happy as a clam. She told me, she goes, yeah, we saw you in the security, and you were just thrilled.
How old were you?
18.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
I was just saying, I think I like getting lost.
Yeah.
It was like an adventure. I guess I always
Oh,
felt
yeah.
that way. So anyway, these torpedo bats, have you heard about them?
No, I haven't.
The Yankees scored 22 runs the other day, or
20 runs.
20 runs.
They scored 36 runs in 3 games.
It's a new bat. It's a new form of bat where they've made the sweet spot better, and like for their loser players like Chisholm and those guys that weren't hitting well, they hired a MIT physicist to find out. They went with the analytics and to find out why they weren't doing it, and he switched the bat. They got the approval from Major League Baseball, and everybody's pissed.
Other teams are doing it too.
Now everybody's doing
Yeah,
it
'cause it's
they got the
cheating.
approval. It's,
no, but people were doing it last year
it's
too.
total cheating, but that's what they look like, Mike.
So then,
Yeah,
then
that's
how
Chisholm
can
holding
anyone
his
lose?
bat.
Sorry.
Different.
But Aaron Judge is not using it.
No, he's not using one because he's a gentleman.
And he had 4 home runs.
Yeah, isn't that
He's
incredible?
like, I don't need your bat. I'm good at baseball.
Mhm.
Try
but
it.
but it's completely legal. MLB gave the okay. So the Yankees, this is what they do. I hate them so much, but they are good at like Belichick, trying to get that extra edge, whether it's deflating a ball
Yeah.
or spy cam. The Yankees are always looking for that extra edge. But the funny thing is, they're so still angry at the Houston Astros
Yeah.
and then banging on a garbage can. Then now they are like, I mean, they're not cheating. They got the okay from MLB, but
Right.
everyone's pissed. And I couldn't care less if it ruins the integrity of stupid baseball, which is stupid anyway. All anyone wants to see is runs. and home run.
Yeah.
It's going to help baseball.
Yeah, that's true. Make the game go faster.
Exactly.
Was baseball big in the Philippines?
Yeah, they won a little league championship. I remember, but they cheated. Filipino way.
Every Filipino I know loves basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
It is they
Yeah.
love basketball in the Philippines.
Why is
How,
basketball-
how did they cheat? Were they all
They love
uncircumcised?
karaoke and they love basketball. Because they,
No, basketball is bigger there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
yeah. I was like, my uncle was like a Olympic coach actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait
Well,
a minute.
wasn't your dad like the very
No.
prestigious, or your grandfather?
Your uncle?
My uncle.
Your
Yeah,
uncle was
my
like
dad
the,
still works
was he the
there.
president or something?
He was my related member was like he's my uncle. We say it's his uncle, but he was an action star turned president.
He was an action star turned
You guys
president.
love those.
He was a
Yeah.
Filipino
Like,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wow.
Yeah.
like Pacquiao also was a boxer turned president.
Well, no, he's a politician.
Oh,
Understand.
okay. He's a politician. I thought he was the president. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So we're like Philippines. We like to hire non-experienced
popularity
politicians. Yeah,
contest.
right. We love non-experienced politicians in this
I
country.
know. That's why I should be able to win the mayoral contest pretty easy.
Oh, I think Corinne Fisher's running for mayor.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
Because someone asked me to sign a petition, and I did.
You did?
Oh yeah, why not?
yeah. I gave her money too. I support it.
Well, I'm
Really?
not going to go that far. I have. Look at me. I haven't got any money. Shut up.
Remember you remember who wait, who's the one who ran for mayor? I just saw him on the subway the other day.
Randy Credico.
Oh yeah, Randy Credico. That's
He
right.
runs all the time.
Oh, he runs all the time?
Oh yeah.
It's so funny. I just saw him on the subway with his little dog the other day.
Why does
he's
she
great.
run all the time?
I don't know. I guess because he can. You know that I looked online. I was just looking something up for my name and voting, and my name came up that I was under the write-in candidacy for president because I know Memo. Oh, our friend Memo always writes me in for president, and it's online. Like David just got one vote. I don't know where I saw it. I just like ran into it the other. It's just I wasn't even looking it up. and
Aren't
just came
ballots
up.
supposed to be private? Okay, because you get nominated, you're somewhere in the polling, like
Yeah.
somewhere. Okay.
So if enough people write it in, I
Yeah.
guess I don't know,
Oh.
maybe it could work out.
Yeah, we should.
Maybe for my birthday, like someone's birthday, we should do that.
Oh,
Did you hear the story with
I don't know what that means.
Randy Credico? I heard he's very good at impersonating people, and this is when Kunstler was still alive. Obviously, a big shot lawyer.
Yeah.
He called up
I don't think you're allowed
Kunstler's.
to say that name.
I
on
know,
the
it sounds
show.
like such
Can
a
you stop
bad
saying
word.
that? I think you're doing it on purpose.
No, his name was Kunstler. Look,
Stop
look.
it.
Yeah, literally.
William Moses Constable.
Your nun,
you go.
the nuns would be
There you go.
kicking your ass right now.
William Kunstler.
Cut it out.
So he called up the driver, said, "Let in Kunstler's voice," and said, "Let Randy Credico use my car." And then he got to use his car because he was impersonating his voice.
Wow.
That's a horrible story.
All right.
Week Late says if they're going to legalize gambling and those bats, let's get Pete. He's saying Pete Rose in there. What?
Ooh,
that's a
yeah.
good point.
What's Sammy Sosa? Didn't he cheat too?
They all cheated
Yes.
back then.
Oh.
But that's why nobody told them they couldn't.
Shoeless Joe Jackson also cheated.
That's you're going.
But they
right
say
there.
no. They say maybe he didn't. Like he just went
What?
along for the ride. You know,
Revisionist
just-
history. I just know Field of
Well,
Dreams.
according to that
so-
movie, that's not Field of Dreams. It's well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Shoeless Joe. Yeah.
Also, Eight Men Out.
Right.
Oh.
That's the real good one.
Ray Liotta. Oh, 1990 Ray Liotta. There's no one hotter. Sorry, guys. You guys were
Always says
second.
that.
You're completely
1990 Ray Liotta is the hottest person ever.
I think you're reading 1991 Ray Liotta.
Oh, okay. So 1990, 1995 Ray Liotta was like the hottest.
1990 was Goodfellas, so I'm all in.
Right.
Oh, he was so cool.
Karen,
That's all we had. Yeah, I'm half Jewish.
But he
The
hit
better half.
right-handed. It didn't hit
just the
left-handed,
better half.
which was annoying.
You know, I just watched him on Just Shoot Me because he was on 2 episodes of Just Shoot Me. He was totally in love with that Mia, what's her name, Laura San Giacomo. He has these great 2 episodes where because I was in love with him too.
I was in love with
And
him.
did you see those episodes?
I didn't, but I met him.
Oh, you
You
did.
want to hear the story? It
Yeah.
won't, it's not boring, I promise. So I had a spot on Broadway Comedy Club pre-pandemic, and for something I had this like insight. I'm like, you should go there early, just hang out, whatever. And there was a bringer show, and this guy comes out in a big hat. I literally just watched Goodfellas the week before, and I'm like, that's Ray Liotta. I said to the waiter, I was like, is that Ray Liotta? He goes, So I'm like, that is my favorite actor of all time. I'm in love with him. Like, so I ran up and I go, Ray, and he turned around and we spoke. I swear to God, he spoke to me for 2 minutes, just like asking me questions. Oh my God, it was so. Yeah, he was. He was. I'm telling you, he gave me.
Oh, what a nice guy.
No, he gave.
He took
me,
time out to talk to a pretty girl in her early 20s.
I telling you, he gave me these eyes that were like, oh, and you want to know this? This is gonna laugh. So then eventually we're talking, and then I go, somehow I just like wasn't thinking, and I was just like, I said, Goodfellas is my favorite movie of all time, and he goes, I believe you.
That's acting.
And then we took a picture, and then that's when someone took him away from me because no one knew it was him. He had this big rim hat on.
Oh.
But is that funny? He was at a bringer show. He was someone's 6th person at a Broadway comedy bringer show.
Well, I'll tell you what's funny is I also ran into him, but it was at a performance of Hello Dolly with Bette Midler. And that was hilarious to see Ray Liotta, you know.
Was he friends with Bette Midler?
I don't know.
You know something? I actually met him too. I did. At the Honey Tree. The Honey Tree on it's now called the Barfly.
Yeah.
But his roommate in college was the bartender at the Honey Tree, Mikey, a very good actor, and he would come in and yeah,
he was in New York he just was like
Brian Doyle Murray used to hang out there
Did you
too.
guys see that video of Harrison Ford on the subway today that TMZ had?
No.
He was just taking the subway. It was like the craziest thing. He was just like an old man taking the subway, and people were following him, and he's like, and then people are talking to him. He's like, no, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, the Gen Zers are like, who?
No.
Oh, right. Yeah, the Gen Zers probably have no idea who that is still.
It was
probably like,
who's
that?
incredible to just watch him go on the subway, and you know, he's all of our heroes if you're a dude.
Sure.
Especially girls too.
You know, Mark Hamill was supposed to be my host. I mean, even at the Improv, but I got shocked.
I would never recognize him. I would never. Who would recognize him?
Totally. Well, I guess
maybe he called the paparazzi.
No way. No way. But he knows it's the fastest way to get around.
It's the fastest way. I saw
from Chile.
Walt Frazier on the subway too.
You did?
It's faster to take the subway sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, why don't we? I have a little test for you guys. Now,
okay,
I've done this before, but now
this isn't fair. He's Asian.
He's in
generations.
Ace it. So I thought we would try it again, and I mixed it up a little bit.
Okay.
Now, first of all, let me ask you. Let's do this before we go into what we're going to do. Amanda, why do you like stand-up comedy? What is it that made you, I mean, a pretty girl from New Jersey, decide this is what I love to do? I cannot for the life of me understand, mostly because I don't like stand-up comedy, so I don't get it.
I think I'm just like it's like 15 minutes of people not telling me to shut up or interrupting.
We're listening to the 101.5 thing that I totally get it. That's very interesting. But like, how did you get in? Did you grow up on comedy? Did you like comedy growing up?
Well,
what were your influences?
Well, I mean, I think as a Jewish family, comedy's our sport. Sorry, Black people, but comedy is our sport. Is that not good to say? I don't know. Comedy is our sport. My parents actually have a very, very it is hard to impress my parents with comedy because they have a very, whatever, smart taste. But I grew up, I did acting, I did all the plays and stuff, and I was always the comedic lead. I was really bad at singing. There was one director that said to me, they're like, we give you this part, but you have to sing. So I was just bad at singing. And I always got the lead as the comedic role. And I was like, oh, I still want to do this. So I did improv. And then this guy was like, oh, you do improv? Do you want to do stand-up? And I said, no. And then he's like, I don't have anything to say. I always like stand-up. And he's like, I'll give you 3 minutes. I was like, no. But then he asked me again. And I'm like, who in the world has been asked to do begging someone to do stand-up comedy? Usually it's like no more, And then eventually I was just like, all right, I'll try it, And he's like, I'll give you 3 minutes. And I did really well.
Where?
In Hoboken.
Oh.
And I brought 2 tables of friends. And years later, I'm like, why did he want me to do stand-up? Because I brought 2 tables of friends.
Yes.
Because non-comics have a lot of friends. And I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of friends back then. I mean, whatever. And I had 2 tables. He must have made like $200 off of me.
Wow.
But he doesn't do comedy. He was Vito.
He probably, like you said, he saw you somewhere like at a bar or something like that. So he had a bunch of friends. He's like, oh, you should do stand up and bring these people with you.
I did improv. It was like a friend of a friend who saw.
But did you have comedy influences?
yeah.
Like comedians? Like who
Oh,
did
yeah.
you like?
I loved Greg
Joan Rivers.
Giraldo growing up. I loved
I
him.
don't know who that is. but go
Um,
on.
I loved Greg
I know his
Giraldo.
son.
I loved Pablo Francisco. Oh my God. I loved Pablo Francisco. I did like Joan Rivers. I didn't listen to her. I listened to her actually more later on, like recently. My parents always watched like the Tonight Show, oh not Tonight Show, the Daily Show, Colbert. My parents always like
It's so weird.
I
Yeah, I
it's
know
weird, that's
because
why I'm
our
getting confused with
because
Ray.
he was influenced by Charlie Chaplin.
oh right.
No,
Yeah.
kidding. But that's why it's confused. Like you said, the Tonight Show, it made sense. But then you're like, my influence was Stephen Colbert, and I'm like, wait, well, how old are you again?
Yeah. Chelsea Handler. Oh my God. I thought she was so funny.
You mean her show, her show?
Well, yes, I thought her show was very funny.
He actually knew her
Okay. Anyway,
growing up. He told her she'll never make it.
All right, Chris. Anyway,
what has she ever done though? I mean, honestly, what has she ever done? But yeah, I was always. My mom is very funny. My mom is very intelligent, like smartest woman I know. So,
but it's just weird. Your influences are odd. And for
Your
you to
mom?
want stand up to do stand up. Ryan, what? How did you get into stand up comedy? There's not a lot of Filipino comedians.
Well, I
and pretty girls.
I was heartbroken,
There's a ton
and
of
I actually didn't want to be a comic first.
Oh.
I was heartbroken, and it's always about a girl, right?
Of course.
So my cousin was taking a comedy Cellar class, and he told me, we want you to take a class to get your mind out of it. And I took it, but I never showed a class. I never showed up until Rick actually last
Rick
minute.
Chrome?
Yeah,
Rick
Rick
Chrome?
told me, why don't we just do private lessons? Wake up for the class. So I showed up and I did it, and it ended up history.
So you never really had any influences, like you just weren't thinking of comedy before you did this. It's just funny because
No,
Chris
I watched stand up. I love.
yeah, but it seems like you guys didn't really have any real influence. Like Chris and I had so many, and that's what we're going to go over. So let's take an example. Mike, are you ready to show the slides?
Mhm.
So I'll show you what I mean in the sense of like there'll be some influences, that Chris and I know, and then there'll be ones I was thinking maybe you guys would know. I'm talking about you're going to see albums or specials that I would assume would have influenced you, but it looks like maybe that's not the case.
No.
Ready?
Yep. So we will open with an easy one.
Oh, Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good.
Sorry,
Let's no. Let's let her go first.
Okay.
Okay.
We know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and if you or Ryan know,
Yeah.
good. So this is good.
I know.
Because this would have upset us if you didn't know this.
I know his
right?
I know.
Yeah. Well, you more than me.
Wait,
Well.
didn't he say he has one of my favorite jokes? He's like, my wife and I were happy for 20 years. Then we met.
Yeah.
Is that Rodney Dangerfield?
It's probably
Well,
It's like the whole
him.
Borscht Belt era. Yeah.
that was a horrible Dangerfield imitation, but
Yeah, that was the worst. It sounded just like you.
Did you that? Then we met.
what's
that's
the
much
next
better.
one? Anybody know this one?
Yes. Ryan?
The cure for cancer.
It's a tell.
Nope.
Nope. Hotel. It's good that you have him on your mind, though. That's
Yeah.
interesting for us.
No cure. For
He's a comedic actor. He was in the movie Sandlot.
The
Why would you
Sandlot?
use that one? Is Ray Liotta in that? Then why would you say?
I know
Wait,
one
why-
movie.
Because he's in the movie Sandlot, this guy.
What?
Oh, no, I can't remember. No, I'm fine.
Who, I don't.
Why are you using?
He was also in a-
Sandlot as the
he was also a voice
Oh,
in-
James Earl Jones.
No.
Yeah, the famous comedian
No.
James Earl
I
Jones.
know nobody
But
named the
Sandlot's like the
Sandlot.
worst-
He was also a voice in A Bug's Life.
Because I know he knows the movie Sandlot.
Oh, is that true?
I know Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he-
you
You
name
know
one
the
actor?
movie Sandlot?
I can't name
That's
one
why I
actor
said it.
from the
Okay,
Sandlot.
I couldn't
Oh, he has
figure it out.
glasses. He has
No.
glasses.
No.
He's nerdy. Oh
no.
No, he's the opposite. Of
I
No.
can't name one actor. Sandlot's
He
an
had a
amazing
fight
movie.
with Greg Giraldo Sr. on Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn.
Bill Burr,
No.
Rich Voss.
No.
He had a Tough Crowd.
He played the father of the kid in Sandlot. The one who was also narrating the movie.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to show.
Pauly Shore.
No.
Holy sure.
Go ahead. It's Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary was in
Really?
Sandlot.
Yes, he played the
I
father.
forgot about that. That was the guy with the ball. Oh wow, yeah.
Paul.
She did know the reference. She just
Yeah.
didn't know it was
Yeah.
Dennis Leary. But he was acting like that. How were we supposed to know that was good? Why didn't you just go like Sandlot? Of course, that's one of my favorite movies.
Didn't he do like I'm an asshole?
Yeah, he had a
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
expression on his
But
face
I'm
instead.
told-
If you
That's
said that, I would have known who you're talking about.
Yeah, but he's always going to give you the worst.
That's the album.
That was a very good hint.
This is on that album.
Yeah.
Oh, this is on that album.
Okay.
No Cure for Cancer. It's a legendary album and special, I believe, right?
Yeah.
What's the next one? Anybody know this one? Come on.
Telling you for the last.
I'm telling you for the last time.
Oh, it's so easy.
Was it his last performance?
Nope.
No.
All right, then that was a lie.
Well, what he was doing was these round of jokes.
Retiring old material
Oh, I mean, it's not Seinfeld.
after he left his
It
sitcom.
Is Seinfeld. Well
It
done.
sounds like something Seinfeld would do. He's always
Very well.
he's always
Well,
like,
actually,
this is over. No, it's not. This is over. No, it's not. You know.
True, but you're right. But it's kind of funny. Now everyone does this, but this was in the night after his show.
Yeah.
Had just finished. He's like, let me just retire this material, which now, of course, Louis CK ruined everybody's life in the sense of now it's always new. I can't even do my material on stage. It drives us nuts because when we were growing up, we wanted to see them redo the stuff from the
Yeah,
albums.
it's like going to see a
I-
band play.
Exactly.
We want the oldies.
I don't know why everybody thinks that's not cool. I don't get it.
Yeah.
What's the big fucking deal? Oh, I'd like to hear her do that bit again. I get upset
Sure.
with Sarah with this kind of stuff, but
And you never like just like seeing a band. The new stuff always sucks.
well, not with comedy. I mean, if they're great. Well, I'm saying when they're comedians and they're good, then it's not horrible. But yeah, with
But
a
they get
band, it's
rich.
usually like,
But a
ugh.
lot of comedians get rich. I think Louis talked about this in his SNL monologue. How like you get rich and it's hard to be relatable to people.
Good, excellent point. That's so true.
You
yeah.
know. So
Well,
anyway,
good work. You got it. So this next one, Mike. Now only Chris would know this one if he knows it. Only Chris would know. I think this is too old a reference for you guys.
Big Bamboo.
Big Bamboo.
Big Bamboo. Is it
Oh, I thought I looked like she was mouthing it.
Jerry
Nope.
Stiller?
No. Big Bamboo is a rolling paper.
Ryan should know this because he's Asian.
Oh, is it Margaret Chow?
That's a good guess
Was it? Is she a big
because she's
fan?
Asian and bamboo. That's where she was going, right?
No. This is for rolling weed.
Oh, it's not Chappelle.
No, but that's an excellent guess. This is like, when you get rolling papers as a kid, like bamboo was like thing.
Yeah.
So they made an album called this because their entire act was about getting high.
It's two people.
Oh, is it Rich Hedberg?
No,
It's two people.
they made movies.
He was too cute.
Oh.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, I don't know Cheech and
You said
Chong.
Cheech and Chong?
Yeah,
Nice. That's exactly correct.
yeah.
Well done. It's a legendary album because it actually came with a big rolling paper.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
with a
awesome.
big paper in it. It was really cool. What's the next one? This is only for Chris. I only did this. For
I know
Chris.
this one.
You do?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Patrice O'Neill.
No. I only did this for Chris
Okay.
because none of you guys will know this, but Chris used to know this person incredibly well. This is only in here for Chris. There's no way you guys could get this, and he's having trouble because this is a tough one. But there used to be a friend of Chris's, or
A
used to
friend?
work. Well, I think you guys were friendly. We were all friendly with
Hmm.
her at this time.
hmm
Oh,
You a little more so because you were working in the same place.
Right. So it wasn't Brett Butler.
It was Brett Butler.
All right.
Nice.
that's her name.
Yes.
Oh.
There it is.
Right.
Well done. Yes, sir.
Oh, she's so. I remember.
Chris
she's so
Murphy,
pretty.
everybody.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Was she in Designing Women?
No.
No, she
No,
was
she-
in Grace on the Fire,
Oh,
Grace
number
Under
one
Fire.
sitcom at the
And
time.
then she started drinking, and it ruined her.
Ryan.
So we're looking at you.
What? Jeez, guys.
No, it's not Carrot Top Barry. God damn it. Anonymous is doing well. 3 for 3. It's not Carrot Top. All right. All right. Next one, please, Mike. Is this fun? Is
oh, I know this one.
What is it?
This is Patrice O'Neill.
No.
She gets it.
That's Patrice O'Neill. But you're on the right.
It's not
Path.
Chris Rock.
It is Chris Rock.
Okay.
Well
Wow.
done.
The skinny
All right, she
Patrice
got there,
O'Neill.
She got there. That's right.
He's like a skinny Patrice O'Neill.
That's right. He's a
Right?
skinny Patrice O'Neill. A week later, said Martin Lawrence, you were close. You were all that it was somebody black. So well done.
It just looks like it is.
Are you enjoying this game?
Yeah. Am I overstepping you, Ryan? Do you want to answer more?
Yeah, he's in. If you-
Chong.
Come on. Everybody's doing great. This is perfect.
Is there any of Patrice O'Neill ones? Because I don't know any of his, but I
I don't know. I can't remember. I put these up a week ago. Like I put them together for you guys.
Oh, shameless. Is that Conan? Is that Colin Quinn
No, but you're.
in that?
Is
Is it Rich Ross?
No. I thought when you said Conan.
Conan O'Brien?
No. When you said that, I was thinking of. It's a similar.
Yeah, it's a kind of like similar, like it's not Jon Stewart.
No, it's a similar hair color. I was thinking more.
Oh, red. Oh, is it Louis C.K.?
Yes, well done. She figured it out eventually. She got there.
Well, he wrote for Conan. Didn't he write for Conan?
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he
He
did.
was so handsome. Look at that.
And
I'd
I
let
think he
him.
also wrote for Chris Rock too.
yep.
Yeah,
yes,
I
he
think.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. So good. You guys are doing
And
great.
Caroline's Comedy Hour.
Let's go to the next one. Oh, this is only I shouldn't have even put this one out. I'm just obsessed with this one. Nobody will know what this is. This is my favorite one because it's the worst comedy special I've ever seen in my life. And
Chris Murphy.
can't talk. Chris Murphy back with a vengeance.
Was it who's the one with the shoulder pads? What was her name?
Janice Massetti.
No. The one with the shoulder
Paula
pads.
Poundstone?
Paul Poundstone.
It's not
No,
her.
it's a man and a horrible. I mean, this is just.
Was he always bad at comedy? Or
No, here you can show Mike. No, this is so fuck. This is a fucking. I tell this story all the time. I can't get enough of it. This is
Oh,
David
Brenner.
Brenner. He was a living legend of comedy. You know about it?
My parents had a book. Someone moved my cheese. Was that him? We had a book in my because I had a girlfriend growing up named Lauren Brenner, and I thought my parents had this book.
He didn't
forever.
write that book. That's like a famous book. Who moved my cheese?
He wrote a book that my parents had.
Salt pretzels with mustard.
Maybe
Yes, I read the book.
my parents had it in their
It was probably
library.
that one. So
It was
Yeah.
that one. Trust me.
Yeah. All Jews had that book, I think. But
Yeah.
so this guy was a pretty big. He was very big comic.
Huge.
I mean, he was. We grew up on him.
Yeah.
So in 2000, I'll never forget this, and I've told this story on this show before because I just can't get enough of it. He's dead now, so it doesn't matter. But and I would have felt bad talking about it because there's a girl watching this now who's the one who started Catch a Rising Star. He just died, so now I can tell it because this was one of his best friends. So the guy that invented Catch a Rising Star, Rick Newman.
Yeah.
His wife watches this all the time. Anyway, this fucking asshole. He had this big HBO special, which was high praise considering he was finished in the business already at this point. They give him an HBO special and he promotes it as I am only going to do the headlines from this week, which was in 2000 kick-ass idea.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all new material. Like no one had ever done it before, only from the headlines from this week, which still I guess they do, like John Oliver and
Yeah.
Bill Miller nowadays.
Right.
But still
A team of writers
it would
do
be
it.
very that's true too. I never thought about that, but it would be impressive if it would still be cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
Didn't Mort Saul used to do that?
who Mort Saul? You might be right, but certainly not on this kind of level.
Yeah.
Right.
And he promoted it, and I remember Sarah and I were watching it, and we were like excited about it. We're like, let's see what this is about. It was the worst fucking show I've ever seen. He used nothing from the headline from anything that was relevant. He goes, "Yeah, I heard about this old lady. She was out in the subway," and I'm like, "He heard about it. He heard
Oh
about
my
it."
God.
It was such a horrible
Uh.
special. The opening was the best. Like, "Welcome back, Mr. B," like holding like a cocktail thing. It was horrible. And then he got married by a rabbi who came down in a harness
What the
at
hell?
the end. Yeah, it was the worst show ever, and it's so awkward and horrible. I actually we should all watch it together.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You know what? One of the shows this week when
That
we do
should be it.
remote, Mike, we should watch it and comment on it.
You should do a show. Like you're so funny when you talk about you're
I get
hilarious.
so excited. This
I
is
know,
what I
right?
do. This is
love-
my class.
I love
This is
that.
you should see the kids in my class. I go crazy, especially when I talk about people that have left shows. In fact, next week I'm talking about Patrick Duffy leaving Dallas. I don't know if you guys remember.
He was on
my
Step
class
by
doesn't
Step.
remember either.
Yeah, he
What?
messed
He was
up.
on Step by
He
Step
got
on
to Step by Step
TGIF. Yeah.
later. But he left Dallas because he thought he was going to go to greener pastures. This
Right.
piece of shit. He got this lottery ticket to be on the greatest watch show of Who Shot JR and the fourth greatest watch show of the history of television. And he goes, I could do better. He ends up in an Alice in Wonderland movie where he plays the goat in Alice in Wonderland. I don't even think there is a goat in Alice in Wonderland.
There
He's
isn't.
dressed up like the rabbit you can make a case for, the Cheshire cat, maybe, but the goat, he's not even in it.
It's
And
hilarious.
so then I don't know if you remember what happens. They kill him off in Dallas because he wants to leave the show. And then a season later, he comes back.
It's all a
Do you
dream.
guys remember in a shower scene? And it turns out the entire season he was gone was a dream.
Yeah.
I
That's
hate
horrible.
a
that.
legendary
Oh, I hate
moment
that.
in television. But I get so angry at
It's
these people that
hilarious.
left shows. And I tell the kids, I'm like, you better know your worth if you're going to leave. It drives me nuts. There it is. See, look, he's the guy on the right.
You can't even tell it's him.
You can't even tell it's him, this scumbag. And look, it's a bunch of jerk offs. Yeah, it's Pat Morita, Steve Allen, who left his stupid show, and Merv
Right.
Griffin. That's who you're working with. That's who you left the highest rated show in television history to do this.
He was
Yeah.
the male Shelley Long.
Yeah, exactly. Shelley Long. And I'll get to her.
Oh.
Anyway,
I love this. I love the way you talk about these things that you hate. It's hilarious.
it's really
Love it.
fun.
He is passionate over the stupidest
stupidest
The
things.
things that he doesn't like. He has passion for things he doesn't like.
Yeah, no, it's true.
All right, Mike, go back to the game. I'm sorry about that.
No, I love it. No, this is awesome.
Okay, come on.
Oh.
This is so easy.
But wait, let's let her.
Wait. I want to see if Ryan
Yeah,
knows.
yeah.
Well, we'll go with Ryan, but I can see his face, and he has no idea. Although maybe he's drunk. I don't know. His eyes are glazed over.
Yeah.
Last clown. We'll go with you first because I know Murphy knows all
Yeah.
these things.
It's not Conan O'Brien.
No, it's
Okay.
much earlier. In fact,
Much-
it's a idol of Conan O'Brien.
It's not Richard Pryor.
No, but
He's
you're
Irish.
in that zone.
Shoot, who is
It's somebody
like
very
60s,
influential.
70s?
The goat.
Oh my God, it's not what's his name? Lenny Bruce.
No, you're right there. A little after, tiny bit after.
Oh my God, who
He was
that?
influenced by Lenny
You're
Bruce.
right.
Who's in
in
the
between.
60s? It was like the 60s, 70s.
70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. He had a hell of a career. He had 4 different incarnations in his career.
is he Jewish?
Barry
No.
got it.
Oh,
No.
Is he Jewish? I don't know.
No, he's
I don't
Irish.
Oh, he's Irish.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Why am I crazy?
He's probably the
Catholic
greatest.
school.
Okay, give me one more hint.
He could be. See, I say Attell is the greatest. of all
Ponytail,
time,
receding hairline.
But
Oh my God, George Carlin.
yes.
Oh, am I kidding? Like, what is wrong with me?
Well,
Literally.
hey, you're on the spot. It's tough. But I say when they made this list, which I disputed, Rolling Stone made a list of the
Right.
top 50 comics, and Attell wasn't on it. I wrote an article for the Huffington Post saying this is bullshit, and and I wasn't even doing it because he's my friend. I'm just stating
Right.
the facts. How could he not be on that list?
Yeah.
And I say, when all is said and done, at the very end of all of this, Attell might surpass George Carlin, because we all know.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows. Chappelle knows. Chris Rock knows. They all know he's the greatest.
Right.
So I don't know. Can you beat the past and what got you there? Can you beat the people that started it all? Can you
Because you're standing on the giant's shoulder.
yeah, so
That's
it's tough
right.
because they kind of started it, so it's tough. So maybe you go
Yeah.
Carlin, Pryor, Attell. Maybe when all's said and done. All
Yeah.
right, let's go on.
Well.
Okay, I think I did this one more for Murphy.
He's fat. Okay.
You got that right.
Okay, he's
Right, good. You got the context. She is smart.
he's not John Candy.
No,
It's not-
Al Martin.
Louis
oh yeah, you got
Anderson.
yeah.
No, you're right there though. That's good. That's an excellent guess.
Who's fat? Oh, who's fat? That died. He probably died from like heart attack.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Not John Belushi. No, not
Oh,
John.
oh.
John.
Oh,
you're right
first
there.
name, first name,
John.
first name.
John Goodman.
No.
John-
2 syllables.
Comedian.
John. What the hell? He's fat.
He's fat.
That's all
John.
we're talking
He
about.
died early because he of diabetes.
Oh,
2 syllable last name.
John D. John.
Begins with a P.
I don't know him.
Let's
John.
go to the next one, Mike.
What is it?
We weren't sure if you'd know, but it's John Panette.
John Panette.
That
He
wasn't if
died.
you'd know. It was for. Oh yeah, he died. Look at him.
Oh, I listened to his
Disgusting.
stuff recently. It was old too.
I used to love him. I thought he was the greatest talking about food and the
Oh, yeah.
buffets and all that stuff. But then when he came out as gay, then I didn't like it anymore. I was like, no, you can't be fat and gay. You got to choose one. I'm
Come on,
sorry, it's
Tim
not working
Dillon.
for me.
Tim Dillon, are you out there?
But when he would talk about food, I remember Attell told me once that he followed him at a club, 1 week. Like, he was on the next week, and Attell
Right.
said, yeah, they had Panette here last week, and he said he got a free pair of pants with the Taco Bell that he like, or something like that. Just to say, they went for Taco Bell. He made them drive to the Taco Bell, and he also and a pair of pants, an extra pair of pants, please. The order. I'm telling it wrong. But,
Did he just scream at the audience? Was that his thing?
no.
Came to the microphone a lot.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, he was screaming, but I'm starving. And there's an exclamation point in the title. So,
Yeah, that's how I knew it was a fat person.
Yeah. well, that's why you deduced everything perfectly,
Yeah.
even the first name. Let's move on.
Oh, that's so easy.
Let's get small.
Yes, it's easy for you, but is it easy for someone who grew up a little later? And he is a living legend.
It's not Richard Pryor.
Nope. But he's bigger now.
Bigger than Pryor?
Yep. He's huge.
Yeah.
It's not
More as an
Patrice
actor.
O'Neill.
No, I didn't mean fat.
Oh, he's an
He's
actor.
one of the greatest comic actors of our time.
Not Jim Carrey.
No, but that was a good guess. But he's before.
Should we tell him who he's friends with?
Yeah.
No.
No, yeah, that'd be
Wait,
too
that
easy.
might give it away.
He's a comedian. He's a great movie. Oh, Robin Williams?
No, you're right there, though. You're right there.
He dated
And
he
that-
dated Bernadette Peters.
No.
I don't know that. She looks good.
Well, you can think of a movie they might have been into. He's
Annie,
he had
I
a child at age
he's
67.
a movie star.
He was in Dead Men Don't Work Our Plan.
What?
Yeah, all things that aren't going to help you.
Let's get small. Oh my God, he's a comedic actor. He's one of the best.
Genius.
He was
genius.
one of the
Comic
three amigos.
Genius.
He was at Three Amigos. What the hell? He's alive today?
Yes.
Still alive.
He's the best. He's still hilarious.
He was one of the three
He was
amigos.
He
just
wasn't
like
Eddie
the Oscar.
Murphy.
What?
Not Eddie Murphy.
No.
He was one of the three amigos.
I have no
What?
idea. Oh, is it
Bernadette
John
Peters.
Belushi? No. Is it what's his name? Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks.
No,
Three
that's a good
amigos.
guess in that time.
No.
I have no idea.
Because she's pretty, you're saying it's a good guess?
Aren't you?
No, but you're
Oh, Steve Martin?
yes.
Yeah.
There you
Oh, I
go.
was gonna-
Next one. Yeah.
Oh, I just knew I didn't
This is a
you know what's
legendary
funny?
stand-up comedy album.
I don't think of him as a stand-up because
know.
growing up
This
he-
comedian influenced Steve Marshall.
but I remember seeing clips of him on the SNL, like I'm a wild and crazy guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he used to host twice a year SNL, and he was considered a not ready for primetime player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They loved him, but he was when we were young. He
He sold out
amazing
stadiums,
stand-up
baseball
comic.
stadiums. He sold out Anaheim Stadium as a.
Oh.
But he was
comedian.
a really popular stand-up comic, and then
I don't know if he sold
he
it
went
out,
into
but
acting in the sense of like The Jerk and stuff in 1979, and then
directed by.
he was Carl Reiner.
Yes.
And then he did a whole bunch of films with Carl Reiner. But then what he did, which was really smart, the reason why he's still relevant today, is he matured in his roles.
Yeah.
Especially a guy. Look at this album, right? And the Wild and Crazy Guy. The odds of coming up and still being relevant
Yeah.
and starting this way, you have to be really smart.
Yeah.
And he matured into just like Tom Hanks, who was like the wacky guy, but then they started doing much more mature.
And I'm not trying to
roles.
be funny, but Paulie Shore, to a certain degree, also because he was such a the weasel.
No,
But he
no,
I think he
no.
matured.
no, you're an idiot.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I remember
I can't even.
If I was pretty,
Mike, what were you going to say?
I'll say Pennies from Heaven almost.
you know what movie I
destroyed his
saw
career, but-
recently that I liked? You know, House Sitter with Goldie Hawn?
Uh-huh.
I loved that movie. It's so
Really?
stupid, but I
So
liked
stupid.
it.
Yeah, but then sometimes he just did movies just to make money, movies like Michael Caine. But then there are like I feel like Pennies
Oh,
from Heaven was
oh.
even though it didn't do well.
That's what nearly
Mother
killed
of
his
the
career.
Bride.
Afterwards, he was trying to be a real serious actor. Then he made that depressing musical, and then he went back to like The Man with Two Brains. So
Oh, I see. But then I think Roxanne was the first one to kind of.
Or
bring him back. Yeah,
Father of the Bride.
But that was way later.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, that
And
was
Parenthood,
5 years later,
yeah.
Something. Parenthood was very helpful. But Roxanne, I think 87, where he was another story of Cyrano de Bergerac.
Mm.
I think that one
Mm.
helped him
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
could be a little more serious than Parenthood
Rebound.
for sure
Yeah.
in '89, and Father Bride I think was like 91 or 92.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
these-
Yeah, he can only be comedic serious. He can never go full drama.
right. But we're okay with that because he's
Yeah.
just such a living legend.
It's so funny. I just would never think of it as a stand up, but this is
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that's the fun of this? What we're doing. Okay, let's move on. Only a couple more left, I think. I just put this in for gag. You can go to the next one.
Who is it?
It's Nick Griffin.
Oh, I was like,
That's the
Oh.
only one I didn't know. I feel bad. Sorry,
I
Nick.
just know it's
Because I love Nick.
Yeah, we all love Nick. Okay, how about this one?
is it Little Boy Blue? She needed the money.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Dice,
that's
Dice.
no.
Hitler's,
Oh,
Hitler's dog name was Blondie, by the way.
was it?
Mhm.
That was very Aryan of him. Hitler's dog, gossip, and trickery.
hey, wait, Anonymous got the Nick Griffin one. That's incredible.
Probably Nick Griffin watching. Hitler's dog.
He's he's not with us anymore, but he is a legend in comedy. And even
Al Martin.
you don't know who it is? You don't know. He's everybody's like favorite, and when he died, people kind of got more into his.
Is it Mitch
No,
Hedberg?
I know who it is.
Oh, you do know who
Of
it
course.
Is
Yeah.
it Mitch Hedberg?
No, but that's an
No.
excellent guess because that's.
I think, in my
Hopefully.
opinion, he was the greatest talk show guest ever.
Yeah.
First, it was Rickles, but he took his place.
Yeah, that's
Rick-
true. There's a
okay.
whole bunch of stuff on YouTube with a compilation of him on
Yeah.
Conan and people like that, where he's just so good. He was also on SNL for a while.
And the light was on.
Oh,
And what?
The light was on.
wait, Don. It's okay. He was on SNL. Is it Eddie
No,
Murphy? Eddie Murphy?
Nope.
No.
No, he was on much later.
I know
He's
Eddie
white.
Murphy's not even died yet. What am I
Oh,
talking
right.
about? Like, what the hell am I talking about? He was on SNL. He's a stand-up comic. He's not Dan Aykroyd, not
No,
Jim-
you,
no.
He dated Elle McPherson.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
Really? I didn't know
Yes.
that. Well, anyway, that's not going to help you, but this will help you.
I know
He
who
got
everyone
fired
dated.
from Weekend Update.
Oh, Colin Quinn.
No. he
No.
got-
Oh, Norm Macdonald.
yes.
Oh, everybody loves Norm Macdonald.
That's what I was trying to.
Oh my
Exactly.
God, is he having a resurgence?
Once he died, he had a resurgence, an unfortunate one.
Well, I liked his. I mean, the bit that I love is when we talk about alcoholism as a disease. I can't recite it, but how like, oh, it's a disease. Okay, I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna mess it up.
Or an interesting guy.
You don't know you don't remember that the light was on? And it's talk
No.
show? Okay, go watch it.
What's the next one?
compilation? You'll know what I'm talking
I know there are bits. I just don't know what the album name. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I
Like,
understand.
I just hear it
No,
on
that's the
repeat.
fun. That's the
Yeah.
that's what we're doing here. Seeing if you know some of the other ones. This is only for Chris. There's no way you can
Oh,
know
yeah.
this. You know it?
Yeah, of course.
You can just say it.
Really?
Yeah.
No hints.
No hint.
He couldn't
No,
stand
just say what it is.
Lucille Ball.
Just say what it is.
Lucy
Oh my
Arnaz.
God.
Robert
Ricky-
Klein.
Robert Klein. He
Yeah.
hated. Yeah, she seems like she was kind of a bitch, Lucille Ball.
Yeah, you can
No,
go to the
actually,
next
it was Lucy Arnaz he couldn't stand. He was on Broadway with her.
Oh,
Mike,
They did
you can
play
go to the next
together.
oh, her daughter.
Wait,
Yeah.
sorry. You already guessed it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like-
I know it took 10 minutes for him to just say the guy.
Robert Klein.
It's really annoying.
I don't know him.
You don't
Well,
know him?
it makes sense that you would know. That's why I said it was only for you. This
Uh.
guy started us. Like
He influenced Seinfeld.
he
Oh.
influenced a lot of people our age, and yeah, he was like really good. Also, he was Jewish and would talk about like every comic was Jewish, but he would talk about anti-Semitism and stuff. So he was like kind of groundbreaking.
He was a great actor
fact,
too. Hooper.
When he hosted SNL, like the first season or second season, he had this incredible monologue about anti-Semitism, which again is so balls back then.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
My mom taught. Okay, this is like one little thing, stupid. The way you're talking about Robert Klein, my mom talks about Joan Rivers. My mom was like, "You don't understand, Amanda. Talking about going to the gynecologist on TV in the '60s was like, whoa. I didn't even talk about going to the gynecologist with my mother. Like, it was that same like, oh my mom loves Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers was fantastic. I got to see her live finally before
Yeah.
she died. She was about 76. And her opening, I remember it so well. I saw her at the place on 10th Avenue and 42nd Street. What's that? But I think they just closed it.
Cabaret
It's the place
Theater.
that Louis Black owns.
Yeah, I know.
Um, And her opening joke was like, "Oh my God, folks, I have horrible news. It turns out Chaz Bono just got diagnosed with prostate cancer." It's
So
really
fucking.
funny, I know,
She
right?
has. All right. Can I just say my favorite joke? We can move on. I don't mean
Yeah.
it's like
No.
okay. You're not gonna like this joke, but I no one ever tell. Okay, whatever. She has this Princess Diana joke where she's like, Princess Diana, that bitch. She's tall, she's blonde, she's rich, and her husband doesn't want to sleep with her. That bitch. Is that no one thinks that's funny?
That's
Well, I think it's just missing a punchline, I guess.
The punchline is her husband doesn't want to sleep with her
because she's lucky. Because
he likes Camilla.
Oh, she already knew that back then?
Yeah, but
Oh.
that's. I guess they knew that they weren't in love.
Yeah, everybody knew that. Yeah.
Well, okay.
I don't know. I love to listen to her talk and
She was so quick.
talk about the royal family. She was obsessed with them, and that
I know.
was hilarious.
I know.
She was incredible. You're completely right. Your mom is right.
Is Mrs. Maisel based on her? You think?
I think it's completely based on her, which is why I won't watch it. Because I'm just like, what? It was this beautiful girl in this. It's like if you're really telling the story. I mean, Joan
Right.
was not attractive.
But by her standards, when you see pictures of her, she's very pretty.
Yeah, but she was having a lot of problems
Yeah.
early on because she was a woman, and I don't know. It's just, she just I feel like she just got her due a little late, but
Right.
she doesn't. A lot of people don't know what you and I know, and your mom knows how amazing she really was.
Talk about someone in
and how
interviews.
groundbreaking.
Quick. She's the quick. She has this wait,
And how Johnny Carson just fucked her. I mean, it
Yeah.
just pisses me.
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Well, she has the one thing where she's like, I guess her husband died. And she
Yeah,
tells this
Edgar.
story where she's like, I went out, my daughter was crying all week. I took her to a restaurant and I looked at the prices. I go, wow, if your father saw these prices, he'd kill himself again.
How cool is she, right?
Yeah. And she's
Isn't that amazing that she could do that?
Yeah. She's like, my daughter brought home a black eye and I was so upset because she didn't bring one home for me.
Like I said, I saw her that night. I wish somehow I feel like if she had lived longer, I would have met her and hung out with
And
her.
she would have loved you because she'd been like, he sucks.
I would have liked to have thought that. Maybe.
Your audience is like, can the girl please stop doing Joan Rivers impressions?
No, they're not saying. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. They are saying.
Like, who's
No,
the girl with?
nobody's saying that. All right, Mike, let's go to the next one.
Sorry, I just.
No, it's okay.
Everyone's so mad at me. Are you guys mad at me? Can you ask the chat?
No.
Okay.
Nobody's mad. No,
this is
Can you ask the
nobody's
chat if
saying.
Jesus is magic? Okay, so
She probably
This
should have
is more-
played Mrs. Maisel.
oh, is it Sarah Silverman?
Yes, I didn't want you to. I made
Oh.
this one just for her.
Oh,
I was like, she's got to know this one. But you,
well, she knew.
She's so beautiful. Wow.
what's the next one? I'm trying to go to like a different generation. That's a tough one
Okay.
to see. This was one of the most influential albums, even though it's just called stand-up comic, and it's hard to see, of all time for everyone you know. That's
It's not Richard
know,
Pryor.
no.
When's
but
he coming up on the thing? Sorry.
He's not. Well, it's like everybody knows that he had the movies,
Oh,
rather
okay,
than
okay.
the albums and HBO
A lot of his
specials.
albums have words you can't put on YouTube.
But we can. Murphy, you know this one, right?
What? It's a blank.
No, it says stand-up comic. It's just called stand-up comic.
Oh,
It's one of the most legendary albums of all time that every comic our
Oh.
age worships.
Jackie Mason.
No, but you're right there and where it's better. He's a living legend in every way.
why don't I? It's the only one I haven't known so far.
Gilbert Gottfried.
No, better. More genius and still alive and went to heights no one would ever think a stand-up comic could go to.
Lenny Bruce.
Attell.
No. Lenny Bruce probably could have been there if he had stayed alive,
Okay.
but this guy stayed alive. So if this came out in the 60s and it was so influential,
Oh,
like 10 years later, he was going to win an Oscar.
And he's still big today. People still talk about him.
Unfortunately, they don't talk about him in a healthy way, but they do definitely talk.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it Artie Lang?
no.
no.
This is like one of the greatest of all times.
So you know it now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you can say it.
Who's it?
Bill Cosby.
No.
Oh.
Sorry, it's Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Oh, Woody Allen.
That's so. I don't think of him as a stand-up either.
I know, but this is one of the greatest stand-up albums. So
Wait,
well crafted.
Is that Woody Allen the nightclub years?
Well, no, it's called stand-up comic. It's like a legendary album everybody had.
Oh, because I had the album.
This is the one with the, Moose
the
story
nightclub
and
years with
everything.
1964 to
Well, they
1968.
made compilation.
That's the one
But
I had.
this is the one everybody had. It's got this
Right.
classic story. This so well written and crafted, and this is when he was doing stand-up, and anybody.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, both of you, what were your influences? Like, because we had like this album
Right.
that we'd play.
Well,
The
it's
Moose
funny.
was the
Our influences were knockoffs of these influence. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
like, well, this
But
person
you
was
had-
game
you had
changers.
specials and stuff you could watch on TV. They just didn't have that back
Yeah.
then. Well, what's the next one, Mike? Finish this up here. Do you know this one? I have a pony.
That's the one with the ponytail? Or
No. I have a pony.
Caroline Wright?
No, it's a boy.
Oh. Is he saying it ironically?
Yes. Excellent.
So it's
She's good at deciphering.
so he's saying it ironically. I have a pony.
Yeah,
Is
his whole act is ironically.
is he a jerk on stage?
No,
It's-
not a jerk, but very quiet, and it's all one-liners.
Oh, Mitch Hedberg.
No,
Uh,
you're in love with Mitch Hedberg.
I just
really.
like what's his is he gonna be in this thing? All right, no.
Sorry. I
Um,
guess I should have put him in.
Though let's see. He has one-liners and is he still famous today?
Where is he from?
Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know it?
It's like Colin Quinn.
Okay, you can say it.
Stephen Wright.
That's what
You said it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you got to speak up. I didn't
Okay.
hear you. When did you say that?
I just said it before.
Well, you also got to say it into the microphone.
No. I was thinking because I wasn't confident of it.
When
Wait.
did you say it? I'll play it back.
Are you-
I'll give
wait,
you
is-
credit.
Sorry.
You know who that is, right?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, interesting.
interesting.
Is Bill Hicks gonna be in this?
No,
Because I have a funny anecdote with that.
I took him out
Okay.
because
You know who his big fan was? Bill Hicks was Jeffrey Epstein. Loved Bill Hicks.
really?
I read an article where this comedian said he was hired to roast, like Ghislaine Maxwell hired this comedian to roast Jeffrey, and she said he really likes Bill Hicks.
Wow.
Can you? I don't know.
Hey,
We all love Bill.
You know, I would have gone on that island. Yeah, I'll do it. Sure.
Not for the girls, but for the comedy.
No, I would have done. Yeah, it's like when I get to go on an island. I mean, who would have known there were girls? They would have been like, maybe there'll be girls.
I actually saw a Silence of the Lambs with Bill Hicks.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
He took me and Vitali.
Shut up.
Yeah, and he was mouthing the words. He knew all the words.
I
He
hate.
it was like his fourth time he saw it. He loved that
That's
movie.
creepy as hell.
I know.
I have watched movies with people like that. It's so weird.
He's like, that's weird. Okay, what's the next one, Mike? Now you gotta go to things on. Okay, I was just wondering if any of you guys knew this one.
The First
We're
Family.
almost finished.
Is he? A
This is like a legendary album, but
Oh,
I was
yeah,
wondering,
this
do you know it?
Yeah.
So you can say it. Do you know the guy's name?
He had a sitcom.
No.
Okay. Oh,
No.
that's the movie version.
Right. So this album, you can go to the next picture, Mike. So this album was Vaughn Meter was his name, and he used to do an incredible imitation of President Kennedy.
Wow.
And the day Kennedy was shot, his career was over.
His
This
first
was
album.
one of the I think it won a Grammy for best album of the year.
In fact, I met Vaughn Meter at the old Improv.
For real?
Oh, yes. And Lenny Bruce, the night after JFK was shot, everyone packed in to hear what Lenny was going to
Like
say.
right around here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it might have been a Cafe Y even.
Yeah, I think it was.
He's so they all gathered around. It was like silence. He came on stage. He goes, "Wow, man!" Lights a cigarette. And they were on the edge of the seats. Well, what is Lenny going to say about this? Jeez, wow, what a bummer. Vaughn Meter.
That's so-
His career was dead.
Wait, you
yeah.
met Lenny Bruce?
No, Vaughn Meter. I
The
met.
guy who
Oh,
did
you
the
just heard the
imitation of
story. You
David
heard
Yeah.
the story. Okay.
Lenny Bruce was making fun of Vaughn Meter's
I mean,
career
Vaughn
being
Meter
dead.
unfortunately was still around all
Right.
the
Yeah.
time. He just,
Yeah. I mean, I met him in the 90s.
Mike, you can go to the next one.
Let it go.
I don't even know what this one is.
Yeah, tell us.
I can't remember. What is it, Mike?
Patrice O'Neill.
Is it?
No.
What is it? Oh,
Oh,
I thought maybe you would know
boy.
this.
I mean, yeah.
I only did this for you.
Bill Burr. Well, I just know I would think his title would be very angry, like
Well, it's
Rhoda.
the opposite of angry.
Yeah, like, let it
go.
Yeah, let it go. Hey,
I
what
don't
are you
know
gonna
any
do?
of his stuff.
I just know it goes brutal.
What's the next one?
Skanks for the memories. Is that David
Oh.
Tell?
Yep.
Yes, excellent.
I knew that. Yeah.
All right. It's funny to put your friend stuff up here as influential stuff, but it's incredible.
Yeah. They're all gonna
I
laugh.
tried to make them easier at the end. That's
Oh.
something that you might know. These are for you, Amanda Gale.
Not Louis C.K.
Nope.
No.
They're all gonna
He's
laugh.
not really known as a stand-up anymore. or even maybe ever. But he has a couple of albums.
I would know him.
He's
as a
in.
con-
Yes, you'll definitely know him, but maybe not as a comic. Chris, you know what it is?
No. Only second one now.
Ryan?
They're all sketch comedy song albums.
Oh, is it Dimitri Martin?
No, but that's an excellent guess. He was an SNL alum. This
Oh.
person.
Oh, is it Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Oh.
Excellent. Well done. You're good at deciphering. It's a kind of a legendary album in a way. You know, it came out when he was at the height of his career.
He was selling stadiums to play these songs.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what's
Theaters.
the next one? I think okay, that's for Ryan. All right, Ryan. This is a huge Filipino comedian. Do you recognize this guy?
No.
I mean, he's a member of the. Now he lives in Hawaii, but he's a huge Filipino comedian. He's actually it's a radio personality, but he's a comedian. His name is Augie T. Come on, Augie T. Give it up for Augie T.
Augie T.
You don't know him, right? I took a chance. I looked up popular Filipino comedians just so I could see. I thought
He
maybe
knows
you'd have
Rob
some
Schneider.
interest. Rob Schneider
Yeah. He came to the comic strip.
One time, yeah.
He did
from
Ryan's show.
SNL. All right, who's this next one?
And Lindsay Jones.
Who's this guy? What? All of a sudden you don't know Vic Soto?
Oh, that's Vic Soto.
Wait, for real? Yeah. Wait, you do know him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Joe Coy's
known
movie now?
for what's he known for? Enteng
There was like-
Ning
he had,
Inamo.
He had like a trio. It was like a trio.
Well, he's also known for like movies and stuff too. Yeah. He's like
Dolphy's the biggest Filipino.
so you do know him.
Yeah, that's Vic Soto. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he still looks.
Look at this.
Yeah,
Is it?
he looks older there.
There's one guy.
All right,
I won't say who it is.
who's
I hope you have on that list.
No, there's only two more. Who's this next one? You don't know Pak Wong?
Is she a woman?
She's a woman. Of course she's a woman. She's known for Wow Wow Wowie, Filipinos win na win, and Happy Yippee Yay Yay. Come on, man.
on,
What's
Brian.
up?
Oh,
I
happy
know
Yippee
this.
Yay!
Yeah. Of course. I think she's like a, like a game show host
Yeah,
or
morning
comedian. So do you know her at all? Does she
No.
look familiar?
No.
I took a chance. What if he did know them?
He
Well,
might
he
have.
knew Vic Soto.
Yeah, he knew Vic Soto.
I did the best I could. I was trying.
No, that was my Montanuli.
And then this next one, I'm going to see if Amanda knows.
Oh, is that Kevin Brennan?
Nope.
Um,
Kevin Brennan. He's Irish. He has a brother who also does comedy, so they're
This
not,
guy?
in that way they're
Yeah, don't
related.
give her any hints.
I'm gonna tell
This-
my grandkids this is Kevin.
She won't know Dennis.
I watched old Kevin Brennan. He had a full head of hair. He was very handsome. He's still
He
handsome.
was.
Don't roast me. He's very
Yeah, he's coming after you now.
I know. He's very handsome. Yeah.
She's so afraid of him.
Everyone is.
I know.
What are you gonna do? Is that this guy?
Now, the funny thing, because he was so handsome, we really wasn't sure if he was ever going to make it, but he was so funny. And we
I
were-
think he's one of the greatest stamps of all time.
he
Yeah.
actually is one of the greatest stand-ups of all time, but he was so handsome, we were confused by him being so talented.
What-
And he's still really popular, but
Yep.
he was really popular
He's
in
really
around the
He's a
2000s, I guess, late 90s.
he's a stand-up comic.
Yeah, like a living legend.
His brother's also a comedian.
Stop saying that.
Well,
She's not going to know whose brother is.
His
We know
brother's al-
that. She's
Wait,
not gonna
wait,
know
wait.
that. You're giving her the wrong hints.
It's not. It's. I can't even look at his face. Is it Brian Regan?
yes.
Nice. She
Wow.
worked it out. See, she worked it
What
out.
gave it away? The fact
The
that he had a
nose.
brother doing comedy?
No, the nose. I was like, it's. I was like, okay, but yeah, he was very handsome. Wow,
A week
Brian
later, said his
Regan.
brother is hilarious too. We know he's hilarious, but she's not going to know the brother. I
Right.
mean,
Who's the
that's why-
brother?
Dennis Regan. It
Dennis
doesn't matter.
Regan.
You're not going to know that. But
He wrote
Yeah,
for King
Brian
of
Regan.
Queens.
what was his phone number? Dennis Regan's phone number. If you do the letters, do you remember? Wax
No.
cunt.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's very handsome.
I went to
Wow.
I went to a Yankee game with Dennis.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
Um,
why didn't
but-
you have? I was curious for the Asian people. Johnny Ewan.
I didn't want to. That would have been demeaning. And I
Oh,
don't think he's
really?
Filipino. I think he's Korean.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
But Ronnie Chang.
I was trying to be. Yeah, but again, that's not Filipino.
Whatever.
Then it's just, I'm like, hey, you're Asian. You must know Ronnie Chang, right? I was trying to do the right thing finally. And now you guys are like, why didn't you do this? I mean, that's what I usually
Joe
do.
Coy. You didn't
How
do
about
Joe
Jackie
Coy.
Chan?
Joe Coy.
I can't stand that.
Joe Coy.
Fuck that.
Joe Coy
Don't wanna
is
talk about Joe
Filipino.
Coy. He is?
Yeah.
Anyway.
What happened?
He does his Filipino mother.
Oh, anonymous just said Joe Coy.
Yeah, Joe
I
Coy,
was
I
like,
sent
Joe
one.
Coy was going to be in the mix.
I didn't even. He's Filipino.
Yes.
He doesn't look it.
Well, it's a Mencia situation, but yeah.
I mean,
Well, he's mixed.
yeah,
What does a Filipino person look like?
Yeah,
Well,
Dave, tell us.
I hate you both. Actually, all four of you. Anyway,
Joseph,
well,
hey, Baron.
that's the show.
This
What?
was so fun.
Was it fun?
Thanks for having us.
I thought it was fun. Ryan, did you have a good time? I can't tell. You look incredible. I like your jacket.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, look at so much drinking. Look at that skin.
Yeah, it's incredible.
He's wearing a smoking jacket.
He looks good. He always looks good. That's the thing about Ryan is the best was Chris would always send me pictures. I knew when the seasons were changing because Ryan would
His outfit.
wear a full suit, like almost like a 3-piece suit in the winter. And come summer, I mean, what was that outfit? Like a cabana boy outfit.
Yeah, he
Straw
looked
hat,
like a pool boy.
looked
Yeah.
like Huck
God.
Finn,
yeah.
you know, like
Yeah, the Asian Huck
and he would
Finn.
send me a picture. He goes, "Hey, it's that time of the year." And then it's like, and after Labor Day, if he was still
The
wearing it,
weekend
like,
of
what the
Labor
hell
Day.
is this?
Yeah.
What's going on? And you get upset because I think you wind the clock by your dressing, the way you dressed for the weeks. It was great.
That's
He always looked
crazy.
handsome.
Yeah.
And I always wore the same shirt for him every time I see him,
Yes,
just to
I hate
piss him
when he
off.
wears these shirts that make him
I
look fat.
love you getting I love you getting annoyed. It's very
Just
funny.
to make him
Like,
mad,
get
I would wear
annoyed
the
at
same
the
shirt
outfit. Can
every
you even
time.
Imagine
Yeah.
who gets annoyed at something like that. I'm like, you can't just wear one slimming shirt once in a while. Why would you wear plaid or whatever? Like, it's like,
There's this one shirt he hates. I make sure I wear it every
I
time.
love when I love when you hate things. It's hilarious. 'Cause even
Oh.
like when I was saying my radio show, because I know you hate that radio show.
those guys are so stupid, and they don't. It's just commercial after commercial, and then they wouldn't let you talk.
I
They're
love
just sitting there
I
waiting
love
an
it.
hour
It's
for her
my
to come
favorite.
on.
It's
That's
my
awesome.
well, no. So you hear this. So really quick because I know we have to go. But like, so we were giving away tickets to see the
What was
Guess
that
Who.
group?
Okay, the Guess Who at the Hackensack Meridian Theater. And this woman
No,
won.
no, that's
I'm-
the group.
I'm
You
gonna-
idiot.
I'm gonna guess.
No, so we're giving away free tickets. We're giving away free tickets to the Guess Who. And
No,
some
it was a
woman-
Guess Who's drummer.
Yeah, the Guess Who's drummer.
Oh, that's right.
The only one who's
How did he know?
alive.
It was a Guess Who's drummer at the Hackensack Meridian Theater. And this woman won. And she goes, "Oh, you guys aren't giving away scratch offs?" We're like, "No." They're like, "Oh, okay. I'll call back when you guys give away the scratch off."
I remember that's right. And I was like, they give away scratch offs? Like,
He said, they say when they give away scratch offs, the phones are off the hook.
yeah, because
ratings
everybody
go up.
Then why don't they just get scratch offs? I mean, why even bother with it?
Guess who?
What are they? They are idiots. Just that's because I was thinking
They're not. They're
that's
very
fucking
smart.
brilliant. I'm going to do that at shows I do from now on. And the person that laughs at this joke is going to get a scratch off. I mean, I'm just going to say there's going to be prizes. If I'm ever doing a show again, they're going to be scratch offs.
And then we were giving away free tickets to see Catch Rising Star show, and the woman's like, "Oh, I can't go, but you guys have those scratch offs."
Oh my
It's like you want a free show to see Amanda Gale headline. Like, can we take the scratch off?
But is she also going to be giving away scratch offs?
Right.
When is the next time you're at the Princeton Catch Rising Star?
The
You're there
Brit-
all the. Why
The
are you
Hyatt
there all the
Regency,
time?
because I love it. It's such a great place.
I used to love it too. I haven't been there in so
It's
many years. It was nice
amazing.
and clean.
You were the king of that place.
I was the king of that place for a while, but now
What
I'm
year
trying
was
to
that?
tell you about a new place that came over. That's why I was calling you about this other place in Windsor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I don't want to tell you about it now.
Well, can we talk later? Okay.
No. No, we can never talk again. Only on the air.
Okay.
But yes. So here's where we end the show. Now, Chris,
Yes.
where will you be playing this week? Where we can find you?
You know I'm not playing anywhere. You knew that. Oh, okay. I'll be playing New York Comedy Club with my pal Ryan DeCalis.
Right.
I'll be at the Broadway Comedy Club, owned by the delightful Carolyn Martin.
That's right.
That's right. The Eric Bronstein Show. That's at the Broadway Comedy Club. And I'll be there Friday night too,
Okay.
as well.
And Ryan, you have your shows at 5 p.m. Saturdays and I was going to get to 4 p.m. on the Upper West Side New York Comedy Club, and 5 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays at the Midtown New York Comedy Club. Are you also performing? And tonight, what's the name of the place again? We'll never. Collier. Anywhere else you would like to promote or plug?
Oh no, that's pretty much like when New York Comedy Club shows.
Yeah, you got to come in. I got to tell you, folks, it's incredible. He's got 5 p.m. shows, and they're incredible.
It's great.
We
They're
don't
packed and
understand it. This man is a genius.
Everyone's
I know.
sober.
Packing people in. they are the nicest, kindest crowd
Yeah.
you could ever, it was like a joke when we first did it. We're like, what is this, 5 o'clock? What are we doing? And then it turns out it's like very helpful.
Families, the whole families are there. It's great.
But it's really packed and it's nice people and he's nice. And the people that he has on the shows are we got rid of the dead weight that we like.
Well, since he got sober.
Just
Since he got sober, now it's not, I'm not going to lie to you. The only reason I started doing it is because this guy knew how to hire a pretty girl for a show. But now since he's been sober, he's only keeping actually funny pretty girls and boys. So it's he's actually changed it. Now it's a more quality show. But I still will always love just the hot girl shows. Not gonna. Are we denying that some of these girls were on there because they were ridiculously hot?
Ridiculously, come on, I don't know, it's a little aggressive.
Well, I can make a list of the ones that were
very pretty. No, they're all gorgeous.
And but some of them were awful. But meanwhile, then there was, you just got to pick and choose which are the ones that actually have staying power. And now he has figured it out because he's sober. It's like there's a classic episode of The Partridge Family I always think about all the time where Keith is like, they're hiring this new girl and he's in love with this girl and she starts singing and they're like, well, maybe we'll use her in a show. And she's awful. And Keith is like, oh my God, she's so impactful. It's wonderful. And they're like, what's the matter with you? What are you, an idiot? So then they play her the tape of, he's like, who is that? She's horrible. That's your girlfriend, you idiot.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. Jeff Caston, how are you? So nice to see you. We're just wrapping up. My buddy Jeff Caston, who taught me how to do the radio voice. How is everybody tonight? Jeff Caston with you. I see Amanda. You will be on the show tonight. You will also be on the weekend shows.
Yeah, I'll be in the weekend show on Sunday, and then I'm going to be at the Punchline, Philly Punchline, on April 10th.
Oh, April 10th.
Yeah, is that like a random
Passover?
That's 12th. Is it April? It's Passover.
That's a Friday.
Let it go.
Yeah,
let it go.
I know it. Pesach.
No, so that's the Philly Punchline. That's terrific.
Yeah.
April 10th. And you'll be on 101.5 on.
Yes, Thursday I'll be 101.5. Giving off scratch offs and other and the Irish tenors.
Are you? So was that April 9th? You'll be, or what was the 10th? A Wednesday? Like, are you going to stay down there?
Well, yeah. So this Thursday I'll be at the 101.5. Next Thursday I'll be at Philly Punchline, and then
no, but it's one Thursday after the next.
I'm on every Thursday, but
I was just going to say, like, if you were at Trenton and then Philly, do you have to go back home and then come?
Oh,
back?
No, my boss knows. Like, yeah, that's fine. So,
is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just like thanks. Just follow your dreams, you guys. Like, don't like inhibit yourself. And
your dreams.
What is this?
Does anyone in the chat hate me? Can you just let me know?
Are you nuts? No, absolutely not. No, nobody.
They love you.
No, everybody loves you, and everybody's been having a good time.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. Who would hate you?
I just like I don't know.
Dude, can you imagine anybody hating her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Really, Mike? Your thoughts? I mean,
you're doing already.
You kind of seem like a delight.
Yeah, but some people might like just be annoyed by, I don't know,
your presence.
Yeah, like some people just don't like your vibe for whatever reason. Maybe you're just too gorgeous.
With I could see maybe Ryan's, but I don't see. I'm kidding. I'm having a good time with you. We're doing comedy. You took it too serious. Mike, where are you going to be?
The 18th and 19th, I'll be at Big Laughs in Fort Worth. That's all I have to list.
The 18th and 19th of
this month.
Did I know that?
Nope.
Hey, what's up? So wait, but we're live next week here.
Yep, and the week after.
Oh, and the week after.
Yeah.
So I did know that. Okay. So next week, if I've worked the phones correctly, what? You know what it's from.
That thing you do.
Yes, it is. I was waiting all day to say it and see if you knew the thing. If I've worked the phones correctly, we will have Jonathan Groff on the show right here. Been waiting a year. I am not talking about the I would like to have him too, the musical theater guru. I'm talking about thanks to Amanda Gale. I will have him on the show. He was the producer of Blackish, and he used to be the head writer of Conan O'Brien.
Wow.
Do you know why it's because of you that he will be on the show?
No.
That's interesting. Anyway, we'll see you next week. I just leave it like that.
Yeah. Real quick. I was referencing the moth joke from Norm Macdonald earlier. Go check out that joke.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's the light one you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so check out the interview. He does it on interviews a lot.
He has a thing of like it's like he's like a rapist. He's a serial rape or date raper. He has that thing of like a date rape.
Not the guest we're having on next week, I don't think.
Who's John? Why is it?
So about exactly a year ago, it is thanks to Amanda Gale that I'm able to get this incredible, legendary writer and showrunner guest on, because you and I were at Todd Barry's birthday exactly a year ago, and I'm pretty sure I've known him for years, but I'm pretty sure I reconnected with him because he came over to talk to us because I was talking to you.
Really?
So, yes.
Can he help me at all? No.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we talked to him for like 20 minutes.
Yes. Oh, that's
He's
the guy.
a super guy. He's really tall.
Yeah.
He's so nice. And hopefully he told me he's going to be in town, and hopefully he'll be here next week. And if he's not here, I promise you, we will have an outstanding show as usual, as we did this week. You guys, this has been so much fun. And the night will continue with Ryan's birthday celebration. Otherwise, I'll see everybody next week on Comedy Cellar Tuesdays with me, Dave Juskow, and Mike Suarez. Good night, everybody. And